Schaffenacker there. And a reminder of our top story this lunchtime. A defiant Donald Trump says he's the victim of election interference after being charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records.
The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
And Nicola Sturgeon's husband, Peter Murrell, the former chief executive of the SNP, has been arrested over the party's finances. That's it. So, goodbye from me. Now on BBC One, let's join our news teams where you are. Have a very good afternoon.
The headlines reporting Scotland this Wednesday lunchtime. Peter Murrell, the SNP's former chief executive and husband of Nicola Sturgeon, is arrested in connection with an investigation into the party's finances. And a blow for Aberdeen as Harbour Energy announces 350 job losses, blaming the impact of the windfall tax. Hello, good afternoon. Peter Murrell, the husband of the former First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, has been arrested. Police say it's in connection with an ongoing police investigation into the funding and finances of the SNP. Well, our political editor, Glenn Campbell, is outside SNP headquarters for us this lunchtime. Glenn, what can you tell us?
Well, major and dramatic developments in what has been a long-running police investigation. Significant police activity here at SNP headquarters. There are a couple of officers on the door in and out of the building. When I arrived shortly after 10 o'clock this morning, I saw some senior party officials heading away, busy on their mobile phones, and officers have taken large crates into the building, suggesting that they may want to remove some materials as part of their investigation. Of course, the police have also got a heavy presence at the home in Glasgow that Peter Murrell shares with his wife, Nicola Sturgeon. We now know that he has been arrested and is being questioned by detectives as a suspect in their investigation. It's been running for something like 18 months, and it began when questions were raised about more than £600,000 that the SNP crowdfunded for independence campaigning, and whether or not that money had been appropriately spent. And we know that the investigation reached a fairly crucial stage in recent weeks when the police went to the Crown Office, who oversee criminal investigations, asking for advice. It now seems pretty clear what direction they got. Now, the SNP are saying very little, except that they are cooperating fully with the police on this, and that was also the message from the new party leader and First Minister when we spoke to him a short time ago.
I was told this morning after the event, and of course my reaction, as you'd imagine, much like anybody involved in the SNP, is that this is a difficult day for the party. But again, I just reiterate and emphasise it's so important for me not to comment on a live police investigation and be seen to prejudice that in any way, shape or form.
Now, I asked Nicola Sturgeon about this on the day that she announced her resignation as First Minister and SNP leader, and at that time she said she didn't want to comment on a live police investigation. Subsequently, she has made clear in other interviews that this was not a factor in her decision to stand down. I can't help wondering, though, whether it was a factor in the timing of that decision, because it is certainly the case that she would be having a much more uncomfortable day today with her husband being arrested if she was still in high office.
OK, Glenn Campbell at SNP HQ, thanks very much indeed. Well, our correspondent Chris Clements is outside the house shared by Peter Murrell and Nicola Sturgeon in Glasgow. Chris, what's the scene there now?
Well, as you say, we are standing outside the home of the former First Minister, and since 10 a.m. there has been a police presence, and it's been steadily growing throughout the morning. I don't know if you can see behind me there, there is an incident tent in the front driveway of Nicola Sturgeon and Peter Murrell's house. That's been there since this morning, and actually in the last couple of hours police have also erected this sheeting to block the view of the garage. Now since then officers have been coming and going from the garage to a van that's actually inside this tent at the moment. So police presence has been steadily growing here in the last couple of hours, as has the media presence. This is a fast moving story and we'll have more as we get it here.
OK, Chris, thank you for that.